Greetings guys, it's Irish. So this was going to be a quicker type of video. Just wanted to keep you guys updated since I've keeping track of how long it's been since I moved over to Gentoo testing, and so far it's been going fine. I did run into an issue. Let me show you here with the compiling Mesa. So unfortunately it will not compile either the latest stable or like the latest one. For whatever reason, it just won't do that. But uh, one thing I did notice in Gentoo in screen fetch is that it actually says Gentoo testing. So apparently each distro can do a flavor and stuff like that. So I kind of find it cool that it's there. But yeah, so I have to figure out why Mesa won't compile. It's really strange that it says 0 kilobytes, and I'm gonna be on the 17.3.8, which is this latest stable. So wonder if it's maybe the E build or something like that, but I'll figure that out. But other than that, yeah, everything's going fine. Um, I have moved to the 4.16 kernel, and everything is working perfectly. So if I go into my GUVC, hello, so that works, my mic works, everything works. So I have though been on, let's take a look here. I have been on full-time Gentoo for since the beginning of January, I believe. Let me take a look here. I forget the last video I did with that. Okay, go here, go to my channel, my videos. I think I moved over to it. So for a little over 3 months now that both of my computers have been on Gentoo. However, since my family knows and everything, my wife and I are expecting our second child. So right now, managing two Gentoo systems is a lot of work. I'm just gonna show my face here and move that over. So it is a lot of work, but I don't know if with a toddler and a newborn, I don't know if I'll be able to update and experiment as much. So I am looking for a new distro for at least on the desktop, because that one I don't use that much. So I have considered three possibilities, or four, and I want to get a poll on which one you guys would like to see more. So one is Slackware Linux. When I did that one video, I did really enjoy it. It is stable. The packages are a little older, so that's fine with me. It it's they do have point releases, but they do take years to 2 to 3 years to get out another point release. So right now they're on 14.2, and I'm sure in the next couple years they'll be 14.3. So that one is pretty stable, and I was running it on my spare laptop for a little over a week, and it was fine. So I could probably do it. I would still have to, again, there is no auto auto dependency resolution, so I would have to do that, but there is a tool called SBO Tools, which I would have to get just to get everything. Second choice I have is OpenSUSE. I did run it 2 years ago for a good 2 to 3 months. I didn't mind it. Zipper wasn't that bad, but it still is stable. They just had a recent release in the last couple months, so Right now they're on 42.3, and I feel pretty comfortable with that. Third one is Arch Linux. I have been on that for 5 years, so I am comfortable with it. Yes, their community still sucks, but their distro is still very good. Um, but with the whole thing going with my firstborn, with my son, was running Gentoo or Arch at the time, and it was manageable with one child. But I would just have to make sure I update maybe once a week, maybe once a night, like anytime I'm doing something like this, just update. But I probably wouldn't be using the community as much. So that's probably the downside, that I'm going to be probably leaving a lot of communities hanging. But or the fourth option is Void Linux. Now they don't have systemd. I believe it's rolling, and it's something different than uh, I was playing with it on my spare laptop a little bit. It does feel very similar to Arch, and I haven't really dug too deep into their community, but it seems very cool. They have something called Run It, so they have different scripts that you can add and subtract. To me, it's very similar to Slackware. So you would chmod plus x cups or SSH or whatever you need, and then to remove it, you would just remove the executable. It's very similar, at least from what I've seen, very similar to Slackware. Um, so I might play with that, with all of those, besides Arch, obviously. But let me know if there's any others that you guys can think of. I consider myself a power user, um, and I'm really up for anything. Probably none of the Ubuntu's. Uh, when when I moved over to Linux, initially I did not like the apt-get or the aptitude package manager. So I don't know if I want to go back to something that to those like Mint or whatnot. I would have to go to Mint if I really had no time, because those are pretty stable and you don't really have to do a whole lot. But I do want like a power user. I don't know if I want Fedora, just because they are all gung ho with Wayland. I still don't like Wayland. I don't think it's ready for prime time, and I think too many people are going, you know, gung ho about it. I still think it's early in its development. Um, so those are the top ones that I can think of. I am still going to be running Gentoo testing on this laptop until it becomes unmanageable, um, which could be very quickly after the baby does come in September. So with the announcement of me doing it, most likely I will not be making as many videos. Probably not going to be having a lot of free time, so don't expect a lot of content, um, for a long while until everything starts stabilizing. Because we'll have to look after my son, we'll have to look after the newborn, and everything else like that. So uh, I still will try making videos whenever I can, but just letting you guys know well ahead of time. I'm going to try to make some videos now and just keep them in the bucket so I can release some of those um, out to you during the time that I'm not producing as many. So you may see like a discrepancy in the time and date and stuff like that. So, but again, this was going to be a quickish video, letting you guys where what direction I should go. Again, I don't use that desktop downstairs that often, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna try to use it more, but I may not be able to get to it for at least a week or so. So yeah, so I will catch you guys in the next video. I think I am planning on maybe going back to BSPWM. Um, I've recently talked to a guy who has subbed to me for a while, and he went back to BSPWM, and he was curious if you could put like a conky like alongside here, but still have like the Dyson 2 top bar. So he did link me a an article, and it's supposed to explain how to do it, but I would have to play with it, and that right now is the time for me to tinker a little bit with stuff like that. So I'll probably be making that sometime during the week. It is going to be a busy week, so I'll try to get to it maybe on Wednesday or Friday. So I will catch you guys in the next video, and have a good week.